What up, Scan? Welcome to Bar Vibes with Bryce the Fourth, giving out raw reactions and interacting with the masses. No subject is safe. You'll hear the people in the noises, but that's the point, because without the people, what is the point? Embrace the vibrations. Go Duke. I saw that. I saw the sweatshirt. Let's go, Duke. My guy just walked by with a Duke sweatshirt on. What up, my boys and my ladies and whatever you identify with? You know what time it is. Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. All right, Ed. Whatever. Anywho, we're getting down to the point where sports are just dwindling down to a pile of dust, and it's very, very, very difficult to talk about anything. But I'm gonna find shit to talk about. Don't you worry about that. As far as sports go, we got 74 days until college football comes back. 86 days until NFL comes back. 127 days until the next NBA game, and 149 days until college basketball. I'm about to be just watching table tennis and bowling and shit on TV now. It sucks, but you know we always get through this. I've gotten through it plenty of summers, and we're gonna do it again in great fashion. Also, no, we will not be trading for Bradley Beal.
I don't want the Knicks to do it either. So.
We obviously got to mention the fact that the Nuggets absolutely dominated in the playoffs. 16-4. They only lost 4 games in 4 series. Just obliterating people. They barely lost at home. Nikola Jokic almost gives you a triple-double for the entire playoffs, and all their players did everything they needed to do. The Heat, it sucks to say, luck is luck, but they were lucky to be in the position that they were in. Yes, they played hard basketball. They beat who they needed to beat. They got a couple breaks here and there, but it just wasn't it for them. They were lucky to get that one off of Denver, and to begin with. That's like when the Sixers played the Lakers in 2001, 2002. They were lucky to get that dub, and that was only because AI went off. They were lucky to get that game because the Nuggets should have swept them. Jokic showed, Nikola Jokic showed you why people were debating whether or not he should have the MVP or not. And yes, that's true. If it was given to him, I would have had no qualms with it at all. He definitely had, reason to win it. It happens. At the end of the day, it didn't go to him. It's like the Steve Nash or Derrick Rose situation where it's like there was a player, arguably in most people's minds, who definitely deserved it over the person who won it, but history will never tell you that. It will tell you who won it, and that will be that. People 10 years from now, 12 years from now, who weren't watching NBA will just see who won it, and that will be that. That's it. It is what it is. I love that Nikola Jokic does not give a shit about accolades, and I think that's what helps him be a great player. Because they asked him about the parade, and he looks at the publicist, and he was like, when is this parade that they're talking about? A parade? What parade? And they're like, yeah, it's Thursday, and he goes, oh, I just want to go home. He's like, I'm over this. The man's giving them very generic answers in his interviews. It's like, hey, what won you guys a series? Like, everybody played great. We played a great team. I'm ready to go home. Just let this man go home. But he can't because he's the MVP of the series. He has to be around for the dumb interviews. He's got to be there for the parade in some capacity because he's the face of the team at this point. I feel bad for him because he does not want to be there. But, it is what it is. That's what happens when you're great. People want to see you. Nuggets deserved it. I don't think if they keep this team together, especially with him and Jamal Murray, they'll win another one. They will. He is that special of a player. The fact that he wasn't drafted until the second round is wild because that just goes to show you like scouting can be very flawed when people, especially when it comes to Europeans, because there's been a lot of Europeans that teams have drafted and that just didn't pan out in any way, shape, or form. Look it up. It is what it is. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets. Also, congratulations to the Las Vegas Golden Knights for winning the NHL championship. I don't follow hockey that much, but I do know that they are an expansion team, not even 5 years out. They went to the championship. They went to the NHL Finals their first year as an expansion team and almost won it. And they won it for the first time, and it took them only 5 fucking years as an expansion team where you build with players through the draft, and they absolutely demolish the Panthers, the Peas, as some people will call them. Nobody calls them that, just people from Florida. But they deserved it. I watched a couple games. I watched a couple of games, but as far as hockey goes, they killed it. Less than 6 years, and they got a chip. That's phenomenal. Phillies, look at that. Just not even 14 days ago, I was talking about how they were playing like dog shit, and here they are, beating teams 15-3. Yo, yesterday they beat the Diamondbacks 15-3. 20 hits as a team. I think everybody got a fucking hit. It got so bad that they had to put the Diamondbacks had to put their position players in. Men were throwing like 37 miles per hour, and that's not an exaggeration. That is a fact. Just letting people get hit after hit after hit. It was a hit fest. It was like Freaknik, but for hits, if you know. It was though. It was crazy. The bats are back. Nick Castellanos is back, hitting taters, mashing taters out here. And then when you get Schwarby coming up, hitting dingers off the second pitches of pitchers in the first inning, it's a recipe for disaster for the other team. They're doing very well right now. I'm very proud of them. June has always been good for Phillies, and it is proving so yet again. As far as basketball goes, other than the finals, like I said to Ed just now, no, don't want to trade for Bradley Beal. He was like saying he doesn't want the Knicks to do either. No, that's just too much money for one player that, complimentary, yes, I get it, he's okay. But then you get James Harden saying he's uncertain if he wants to return. I don't give a shit about any of that. Bring me a point guard or bring me a shooting guard who wants to play basketball. I don't give a shit. I saw Fred VanVleet from the Raptors did not opt into his contract, so him coupled with Nick Nurse again, because Nick Nurse when he coached in Toronto, he coached Fred VanVleet. Maybe, I don't know. It's too early to be talking about free agency. Obviously, people are going to do it because there's nothing else to talk about. Sports are dwindling down. I'm about to start talking about the fucking Blue Rocks after some point in this summer. And then Shannon Sharp, he leaves undisputed. Today was his last day. A very emotional speech from him at the end of the show today. I didn't think they were going to do it on air. I thought he might have made a video or talked about it on Twitter or something, but they acknowledged today was his last day. They said after the finals were over, he was done. I saw this coming a mile away after Skip Bayless said that Tom Brady was better than him as a person. I was like, if that's a guy you respect, you don't say things like that as a man. Men to men, you don't do that. And it went downhill from there. I couldn't see how he would come back from that. And it's understandable, So I know Shannon Sharp's going to do something great. He already has a great podcast, Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. It's fire. He has great guests. I'm sure some football network will want him to be on because he is a great analyst of football in general, sports in general. So after 7 years, good shit, Shannon. Lastly, the Freesia's wedding was absolute heat. I said it was going to be heat. It was heat. Great weekend at the beach, like right off the beach. I didn't think it was going to be like that close. We were on the beach. Great ceremony, great party afterwards, great post game at the Rudder. Everybody was enjoying themselves. So shout out to them for inviting me and my lady to their wedding. It was an honor, and I loved it. Thank you. Big ups to the first state. Stay focused and be great. Take a sip. Much love from the kid. Enjoy your day. Enjoy life. Let the summer begin.